frustrating when you get to be 60 years old, that you kind of turn into this invisible creature.
Worried about the way things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning.
And all of a sudden, you get a chance to say, but I was there. I remember the day that Kennedy was shot. I was there. I remember when the people grounded the helicopters in Vietnam trying to get out of the country.
So much of it, I think, we just take some of these things for granted, the way that even my generation lives today. And it is because of the seniors and the work that they've done in our country that allows me to be who I am today. There's a song by Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. It's a history lesson, and if you listen to the lyrics, it pretty much addresses every event that has happened, not only historical but pop culture. I'm going to say every song that we do is talked about in We Didn't Start the Fire. They just stand often in a pool of light, and we just see their beautiful faces as we hear their thoughts.
My parents were from Scotland, and they came to this country because there was no jobs, and it was during the Depression. I was born in 1924.
Catherine Antle, for instance, who's our oldest member, 90 years old, addresses Rosie the Riveter. She talks about her career, and at that point she started working at the postal office. And it ends with Catherine talking about her climb in that organization, and the last image I have is her sitting at an executive desk with 4 gentlemen in suits standing proudly behind her as she's the boss. The #1 hit of that year was Chiquita Banana, was the song, and so Catherine does a very spicy rendition of that.
One of the girls has just made me a beautiful dress, and Jeffrey is going to make my hat full of bananas and apples and grapes.
There were so many events that happened in the 60s, the late 60s especially, and Woodstock being one of them. That really changed our country and the rock and roll music scene. But it also, was the Vietnam War, JFK assassination, Martin Luther King assassination, civil rights.
My husband and I were actually married. I was 25 when he actually went over to Vietnam. And so in the show, his remembrance of Vietnam are actually from recordings of the first tapes he sent back to me from the front.
And with that, then we took this medley and put it together of all of those songs. Really fun, and immediately brings you back to those days.
You really get to hear a lot of different stories from people who have lived through all these events and through all these and experienced all of the history that we now look at in textbooks and things like that, and hear it firsthand, which is really powerful, I think.
That's some good energy in it, right?